Welcome back everyone. In this video we are looking at the file system of Raspberry Pico. Once you are loading Thorny ID, make sure that the shell is loaded with a MicroPython. If it is not loaded, you have to do few settings. Go to your tools, go to options, go to interpreter. Under this option, you have to select MicroPython if you are using the latest version of Thorny ID. If you are using the old version of Thorny ID, you can use MicroPython generic. I suggest you can update your Thorny ID. My case I am selecting as verified by Pico option over here. And you can keep like automatic detection. Otherwise you can directly select this option. Click on OK, it will load 1 second. The last video we have tested something called the print hello world. Now we will be discussing about the file system of Raspberry Pi Pico and how it is loading in the Thorny idea. You can find under the files it is showing this computer and something called Raspberry Pipeline. This computer means we can access all the folders which is available in the computer. And as print Pi Pico means here we can access the files at Raspberry Pi Pico. Now let's see the Raspberry Pi Pico over here. Let's start with same code print hello world. I can use this editor portion over here. In this editor portion, I am directly using print hello world. I can also print some numbers. So if I wanted to get its result directly, I can use those numbers. I am expecting it will print hello world as well as the result of 9 plus 3. I use the editor over here so I can scrape in their code. You can see it is named as entitled. So we have to save it shortcut for saving Android plus S. If you wanted to run this code, then you can go to this option over here and current script. First time you are clicking over here automatically it will ask where you wanted to save. I'm going to save into the Raspberry Pi Pico. So I can select Raspberry Pi Pico. Before that, make sure that you can see there is no files under the Raspberry Pi Pico on the left side. I'm selecting Raspberry Pi Pico option here. Now I can give a name. This is just HoloV so I can give the file name. Hello world, make sure that its extension will be .py. After that you can click on OK. File will be saved on the Raspberry Pi Pico as well as this particular code will run and you can find the result in the shell. You can see the program has already run and I got two results in the shell. One is it is printed hello world. That is this first set of line and the second set of line that is to print and plus 3 present values over here. Now you can see under the file system Raspberry Pi Pico. Hello world P by UK then it's very important to know something called main Pi. So main Pi if you create any program in the editor, then if you save with a name called main py whenever the Raspberry Pi Pico loads first time, then it will try to find a file called main Pi. The advantage is that if you shut down your Raspberry Pi Pico and again you powered it, then automatically it tries to find the file called main Pi. If a file called main Pi is available, then the code inside main py will load. If that file is not available, no codes will be executed. It's very important. Now, the same one I am going to save as main Pi in the Raspberry Pi Pico. I can go to File Save US. I can also use to save in the computer. I can use any of the session 3, session 4 like that. Now this time I'm going to give main Pi I can save like that. Now in the Raspberry Pi Pico you can see there is a file called main py. Subscribe our channel for more videos.